Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? It's your girl, Audie, getting at you guys with another Audie's Art Struggles podcast episode. Today is Saturday, August 24th, 2024, in the evening, 8 o'clock, 8:37 precisely, and I just woke up from a killer nap, and it was so good. And I'm having iced coffee here right now. And to my right, we got Just Rob.
Hi.
He knows that this is a different podcast, so
I have to
yeah,
behave.
Everybody on this side, the good side,
Yeah,
is
okay.
cheering for you. Yes.
They don't know me yet. Wait until they get to know me. Hello,
You're like,
everyone.
just wait.
I know. They'll be like, boo, that guy. In no
No,
time.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, if they do, then yeah, I'm gonna have to check them because we don't do that mess over here.
Hmm.
Because the art side of things is already kicking our asses.
Oh,
So we don't need any more mess.
yeah. Please be nice.
Yes,
Be
be
kind.
gentle,
Oh,
especially
yes.
with me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So how are you? A photographer, writer.
I'm good. I'm tired. I didn't get to nap. Like, I did lay down with you and everything, but I couldn't fall asleep. And I was kind of dozing off when I was trying to edit a video, but I don't know. I just stopped trying to edit the video and then I was wide awake. But I am tired, but I am relieved. It's a good day, so I'm good.
What exactly? Well, am I allowed to ask what you're editing? Like what video you're editing, or you're just dabbling
I was
into?
just messing around with that one that I took, the slow motion one.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick, you guys. I was gonna ask you for it because I was like trying to. If you guys don't know, like I have a newsletter, and so I was in the program trying to write out what I was going to write in a newsletter, and that's gonna be released Monday. So if you guys don't want to miss anything, if you guys want a little bit of extras, a little bit of exclusives, then you would want to sign up for my newsletter. Links will be provided. But yeah, I was like, I need that clip. Like I need that. That shit was so damn smooth.
The
Yeah.
original?
Huh?
You're talking about the original?
Yeah, that, and then just whatever one that you're working on, because I think I think those would be good for showing off. Not so much as advertising because it's no longer in our hands. So,
Yeah.
and that's what we're going to be talking about towards the end of this episode. Right now, we're going to get into what has happened during the week. But I wanted to ask you, you heard the previous episode, right? Of where I was talking about me blowing up and things like that and breaking my, well,
Yes.
okay.
I was here for
Well,
that. I felt
you
it.
were here, but you also heard the episode,
Yeah.
right? What did you think about the episode, or do you have anything to add
Well, how
about
honest
that?
can I be?
You be honest, babe, because
Okay.
I already know.
If you guys don't hear from me the next time, she killed me right after the show. But it was scary to see and or to witness that. And I understand frustration. I understand things not going your way, things being super difficult. I understand all that. But when you told me, or when you say that you doing art or doing woodworking brings you happiness, and I didn't see that at that time, I was like, "This is? Are you sure this makes you happy?"
He
But
asked me that for real.
yeah, because it was scary, and again, I understand the struggle, and I understand, you want things to be not necessarily perfect, but you don't want to struggle as much as, like, I witnessed the struggle of that just that shelf, that board. It was like battling you the entire time. So I did see it. I do understand, but yeah, the blow up was it was, how do I say it, more tense than how you described it in the clip. Like
Yeah,
I
in the
don't know.
clip, I'm like,
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, I had a minor blowout, and and she like broke the door. She threw her, I don't even know what these things are called, but she threw her little table on the big table, and then it knocked over the paint, and there's paint on the carpet now. Like the room, she had just organized everything, and now everything's kind of like all over the place again. But yeah, it was, again, I understand, but I was like, I did question whether it really does make you happy or not. I was like, are you sure?
I'm telling you, like when one thing goes wrong, like I, especially like with my art, like I really try to understand, and like, so many years of doing this, you just know how to fix it, right? But it was fixing it over and over and over and over again. That's the part that was like, it was like the fixing just kept, man, like the damage just kept coming.
Yeah,
And yeah, you fix it and it's like, okay, no big deal. And then when it fucks up again, you're just like, oh fuck, all right, well, let me do it again. And then you fix it, and then you're thinking everything's good, and then when you go and move things about, and then you get a scratch on it, or you get, like it was just repetitive. Let me tell you, that shelf that was giving us the most difficult, right?
yeah.
I was counting. You know how many times I applied the black paint underneath the shelf,
No, how many times? 5? Damn,
and I varnished it.
3 times.
So it's like no one can tell me not to fucking blow the fuck up. But it wasn't just like that. Like it was, um like when I look closely at the clout designs, like I noticed like some of it was, like the line wasn't like really straight, or you get like a black speck of paint on the white. And I'm just like, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? And here I like already varnished everything, and I was like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and touch that up. I'm gonna spray varnish it anyway. So, I would make, but I always double check my work before I set it aside. And I'm thinking like, where the fuck was I? Like, cause I swore that I did every single shelf, but it just, the corrections were always that particular shelf that was giving me problems. That's why I was like, how come all these other ones didn't bring me problems, but this one brought me problems? But what I wanted to ask you too was, do you think that the guy, I'm just, again, looking at all, trying to get all the loopholes, right?
Yeah.
Do you think the guy that stripped my wood did something fucked up to, like, put his bad energy on those pieces?
Um.
Because I'm looking at, because I do, or I have posted my process on IG and Twitter and my website, and the people that are negative, that don't like the work that I do, or they just don't like me for whatever reason,
Yeah.
are just like, okay, whatever things that she does, have it go bad. But I'm going to look at people that have either seen it, don't like me, or they somehow contributed to helping me make this piece. And I do look at this man like he's a contributor.
Which one?
The guy
The
that,
one that did the cuts?
yeah, the 9 3/4, the 9 3/4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, because you said that that was the only one that came from the stack that he cut,
Yeah.
but the fact that the board is heavier is a different type of wood and all that. I think it came from wherever you bought the wood
Yeah,
from.
the mill.
Yeah.
But I'm talking bad energy. Like we know that it was cut wrong, but I'm looking at like I'm not looking for someone to blame. I don't want you guys to think that, but I'm just saying like how come that particular
You wanna hear what I honestly think? And I'm just gonna sound crazy and welcome to here I am on the show. I'm crazy. I think because of how I see things, I think
Mhm.
this came from the tree that this board came from.
Wow, that was way far out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well, how okay, you seen the pictures that I took. Did you feel anything from those photos? Like did you feel okay, what I'm talking about people is that when I was done like touching up because me, my dad, and Rob, we were outside like putting some fixtures on it, just to, make it durable. Once when we were done, I was looking at the piece and I was like, okay, there needs to be some touch ups. So the last part that I did before we actually got it into transport, right? Like as soon as I was done touching up, I was trying to take pictures and I felt like my bookshelf did not want me taking pictures of it. And I felt hurt. I felt like maybe I'm just saying maybe it was disappointed in me, or maybe it was like I let it down, or uh, like hard to say goodbye. Like it was, I'm just throwing all these things out there, but the main thing is I felt like it did not want me to take pictures. Now, you seen the pictures that I've taken. Did you feel anything from those photos or not?
From the ones that you sent me before I got here, I always felt like it was small. I always felt like it was little. It was small, smaller. Um, I don't want to say flimsier, but lighter, like cheap wood. That's what it looked like on the picture, right? And I'm not
Hmm.
saying it was bad pictures or anything, but in person, it was bigger. It was more like it was bold. It was like, wood. Like, you know, I I've handled some wood. Pause. But I was like, oh, okay. That's why I said like the pictures don't really do it justice because not just it just in the pictures it just looked real small, like tiny, like a little, like a table tray,
Hmm.
and it was pretty much bigger than that, like
Yeah,
double the size. But in pictures it just looked small, like, oh, okay, it's a board. But then seeing it in person, it was more bold, more powerful. But that one board, yeah, I think it came. Yeah, I think it was a tree. I think it.
that's interesting.
I was gonna get into a whole thing, but not on this channel. I don't think. I don't know how much you get into the spiritual stuff.
Not quite. I mean, the last episode, that's what I said. Like, oh, I don't want to like talk too much about the bad juju that people may be having on me because obviously people that are listening to this to these art struggles is there it's almost strictly art related. Like me, I do want to go into it, but it's like I don't want to like scare people away, but at the same time artists are like, oh, it has to be a good vibe, I have to come from a great place in my setting and my headspace, my mindset. So it's kind of like should I even talk about it? But if not, we'll do a wine run.
Okay, and I'll get more into that,
Please don't forget because I
the
really like
spiritual
to
part.
know your input.
I think it also because you started this way before, right? When did you first start the bookshelf?
This was in June,
in June because you were
because that's
gonna.
when I thought the exhibition was happening, and I started it, and it was smooth as it could go because I was going through them like, the first three shelves
Until this board.
until this board.
Yeah.
That's
So
all. I
I
was
still
like, what
think
the
it
fuck?
came from way from the
What
tree.
about the lumber yard?
No, past that.
Because it was wrong. Maybe the person that was doing it was like, oh, fuck it. Like, just angry and be like, I don't give a fuck if these are cut wrong. This is what they get. This is what my job gets. Like, maybe he didn't get a promotion or something, and he's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna
I
cut
think
these three fourths.
I think there's partly that, but I think it goes further back than that.
Really?
Yeah. And then
What, did
so
this tree come from a Indian burial ground like everybody fucking says? Like, why you always gotta be an Indian burial ground? Like, oh, my grandmother was a Native American princess. Like, why is it always the mother, not the father?
okay, well, I don't want to get too much into it, but
Yes.
when my family and I came out to Arizona for graduation, on the way back we were driving and there was a bunch of trees. I mean, there's trees and cactus everywhere, right? So we were driving and I started seeing people in the trees, not in the trees, but the shapes
Oh
of
yeah, you
people,
did
right?
send me pictures. You were just like, I see people,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, eh.
right. And they were like in shapes, like they were dancing or they were moving or they were like
Yeah.
sitting there. Like I could identify it as like these trees were people. And I just made that comment to my brother because one of my brothers, I don't know his beliefs or whatever, but I mentioned it and then he was like, "Oh, well, they are. Their energy, their spirits or whatever." And I was like, "What the hell?" Because he never talks about spirituality or anything. Like he doesn't
Mm,
believe in anything. So when he said that, I didn't go too much
like, who
into
the hell
it.
are you?
Yeah, but when he said that, and then he was like, in Joshua Tree, I guess it's like a national park, and he said the trees over there, that's what they represent. And I guess I like that was something that I've never been there, so I don't really listen to that. I
So
don't pay
you
attention
think
to that.
that the wood that I was using was from, let's say, like, yeah, it's like a, let's say, like a tree, like a, like, from the forest, but like an area where, like, from a place like that. Is that what you're saying?
Honestly, I think it was a person's energy in that tree.
A real life person?
Yes, a real life person,
Oh, dude.
and
You
it
know
just
what? And
yeah,
that would, I think that's what would explain remember I felt things, well, remember I thought I felt you or saw you, like, in my peripheral
yeah,
vision, that you came into my office because I would hear, like, literally walking in back of me, and then I would turn around and like nothing's there, and then I would get back to painting. Then I would hear footsteps again, almost like you, like, it's so funny. Like, Rob, he runs into and bumps into things. So I literally thought that it was him, and then when I heard it on the other side of me, I turned the other way and there was nobody there, and that happened a couple times.
yeah.
And I don't know if you guys, that listen to the art struggles, I don't know if any of you guys listen to the Why Run, but I've said that before, that spirits are not allowed in my house. They're not. And I didn't see anybody when I felt somebody's energy.
Yeah,
Oh shit, my ears are ringing
yeah.
this side.
So I
Ooh.
do think that that's what it was, and then I think there was a
Okay.
chance. There was a chance between June till after you started with the ornaments. It was almost like it gave you a chance to dedicate all your attention to it, but you were busy with other stuff too. So it was like, oh, I guess no then. And then that's when, like, it almost like a
Yeah,
kid
yeah.
when they want your attention and you don't give it to them, and then they start throwing a little tantrum and they start pouting, and you're like, okay, what is it? And they're like, no, never mind, or no, it's not important anymore. That type of energy, that's what I think the board was doing.
Hmm.
Because, and I don't know when you started trying to take pictures of it or anything, but I was inside praying, right, my regular prayer time. Well, no, it wasn't because that's when we were gone, but I decided to pray earlier because I knew that we would be gone. And I think that's when you were trying to take the pictures of it. And remember, I told you that I was praying and I felt like something left, like
Yeah, you
something
did tell
just
me that.
flew away. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know what that means, but I
Yeah,
feel like it was either the pressure leaving you or whatever was going on.
that was attached to the
Yeah.
boards.
You know what
Yeah.
I keep hearing when I said when even when I was praying and I kept hearing that was like the monkey off your back. The monkey's off your back now.
Yeah.
That type of whatever release or whatever that
It
was.
does feel like that because another thing that I was worried about that I was surprised went smooth was the transport.
Yeah.
I was surprised because I was like, because walking into the building, I was like, we didn't even bring a dolly. I was tripping
Yeah.
walking in there, and I was like, by any chance, do you guys have a dolly? And then the guy was like, and yeah, I was happy that he had one available. But and then when we were went down that hallway, like it wouldn't. I knew it wasn't gonna fit, and
Yeah.
taking it off and then like turning it. I was surprised that like those simple things are always a big.
Yeah, it's like you're right
See,
there
see,
and then
that's
it just all
that's
falls apart.
but see, you would see it as no problem.
Yeah.
But again, I've been doing this for years, so I like some person would be like, "Oh, we just got to get it there. No big deal." I would love to think that, but it
Yeah.
don't happen that way. And it's just like just to get that off the dolly and to like maneuver it in a way and then get it through the gate or whatever and then getting it off and then once it landed I was like and I felt so much better. That's why I was like, ugh, like and I didn't. This is the part that kind of makes me sad too. I didn't feel attached to it like how I always do with my art. And I talked more with those paintings than I talked with this. That's why I was like, why am I so detached from it?
Yeah.
Because like I didn't even, because normally like when I drop it I'm taking pictures and blah blah blah, but I was asking myself, am I not taking pictures because this man is right here? You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
Yeah.
no, it's not that, because normally it's just like that's my piece. I'm taking pictures and it's for my records that I actually delivered
Yeah.
it. But I just dropped it and I just checked it out and then I was just like, oh, okay, like I was more concerned about the areas that I touched up than to actually like I didn't even say bye to it. You
I
know?
was about to say that before you started talking about this. I was gonna
Yeah.
say when we dropped it off, did you feel like I'm never gonna see it again? And if I
Right.
see it, it's
Right.
gonna be in someone else's, like it's gonna belong to someone else, or were you just like, thank God we're getting rid of it now?
I don't know. I'm almost afraid to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did say outside I said it to you. I was like, I kind of hope this piece doesn't sell
Yeah.
because I just felt like if it was giving me this much problems, I don't want to put that.
In someone's house.
I don't want to pass the torch of bad things happening to somebody else
I mean, the only thing that we can hope for is that when I prayed and I saw whatever leave,
before
that
it even left the house, right?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But and
because
and you
I
know what?
felt sad. Well, go ahead.
Another thing too is that when I made furniture pieces, you know what I always did, or what me and my dad always did? We always smoked it,
Mm,
and we didn't even do that. And if you guys don't understand that, it's just like a blessing
blessing, yeah.
over the piece, with sage or cedar. So yeah, see, we didn't even do that. And the big question too is, what if it doesn't sell? Then I would feel that I would have to not sell it for at least a year, because that bear painting, remember I told you about that. Very quickly, let me explain this to you guys. I painted a bear design on a large scale canvas, and I did, and my dad told me if I were to paint anything that was like a bear, that I was supposed to do a special prayer for the bear. You don't just paint a bear and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell it. You you if you don't do right by the bear, you actually develop the bear's behavior. And that's exactly what happened. I didn't pray to the bear. I didn't pray about the design. I didn't pray, bless the canvas. I didn't do anything. I was just like, oh, I want to paint a bear. And it was just like, where the hell was my mindset? It's being told this for years, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna paint a bear. And then when I painted the bear, I started like develop like, I mean, I know I get angry, but I was just like in my studio, aka my cave, and it was like, don't bother me. Like I just felt like I was snarling all the time.
Mm.
Um I would ask my parents to go get me something to eat. I'm too busy to paint. Can you guys run and get me? And they would be like, yeah. And then as soon as they brought it, it was almost like I was snatching it out of their hands. And then I would go into my studio and close the door.
Yeah.
Like I was just kind of like, yeah, like ripping the bag open and eating it, like just like
Yeah.
not even, yeah, it was weird. But because my dad brought it to my attention, he was like, you did not pray to the bear, that's why you're behaving this way. So he was like, you should not be selling that painting, because they're gonna be passing on those behaviors to your customers, and you don't want that. So I still have that bear painting, and I've had that painting for over a year. So it's almost like I had to cradle it, like raise it,
Mm.
to like not be that way.
Yeah.
I had to house train the bear, and the bear is good now, and I'm excited to take pictures of it and put it up on my site. But yeah, I feel like if I do get the bookshelf back, um honestly, I would rather it come back to me than to, you
Because you
know
feel like you didn't pray to it and you didn't do what you
yeah,
normally would.
it just doesn't sit right
Does
with
it
me.
comfort you that I was doing that?
What?
That I was praying to it and I was talking to it and I got attached to it, and when we left it, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
we're
it
leaving
was so
it."
adorable. I was like, he's like,
You
pictures.
go to your new home, and I'm like,
Yeah, and he told me not to say that. He was like, don't say that. And I was just like, when you're an artist, you know your mistakes. You can actually point out your mistakes when somebody, because when someone sees it with fresh eyes, just complete, like they don't see the things that you see, and then you're
no.
just kind of like, oh, I don't know. But I think if you're saying that a human's energy was in it, and it's the reason why it was causing me all these problems, I do think that I I do feel like I did a bad thing. Like I'm trying so hard not to cry right now. Like I almost feel like going back there and getting it, and then just having it be here with us, and get better, get released. Like that's what I feel. But maybe I feel this way because today was pretty tough. Another thing that we didn't talk about was we were trying to find the bracket in a
Yeah.
black color, and we couldn't. We went to the hardware store and we found it, but obviously it was the wrong color. And I was like, I'd rather have black ones. So we went to the car, and I was like, you know what? We could just spray paint them black with spray for metal. So that's what we did. We went right back in the store. We got 2 packs and some spray paint. And Rob had an altercation with some man in there.
Mhm.
He had ear cheese for a minute, but yeah, Robbie's he's pretty slick with his words, like he really knows how to to talk shit back to people, and this guy was just like,
He tapped me on my shoulder. He's like,
"Yeah, you
settle
did."
down. Don't get me started. Shit.
Shit, man. This man over here said that we got coupons. We get sale price.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold them to it too.
He's gonna see us again. I got signed up for membership, sorta, but
Yeah.
we made the purchase, and we came out, got breakfast, and then after we ate, we sprayed the
So
hardware.
normally you would just be like, oh, they don't have the right color, they don't have the right size, and they don't have the amount that I need. So
Yeah,
I'm
fuck it. Like, I'm not taking it.
I'm not gonna.
That's how short tempered I get. Like, that's how fed up I get, and that's why I was telling you, like, I get sentimental with Rob all the time, and I don't think he really like knows it, but I'm always like, I need you for just a little extra, not a push, but like positive, because his Rob's energy is really kick back, and I don't want to get into the lazy part.
Oh my god, I should never said
Yeah, now you told me. But no, like, it's you literally have no worry, and I'm trying to lean on that. Like, that's why I'm like, I need you. I do need your support. I do need you around. I do need to feel you in the house, and I need to feel your love, that everything is going to be okay. So that's why I was trying to be like, okay, well, we're probably not going to find it, because I was searching all the Home Depots in my area, and they were all sold out. And I don't know how true that is, but the website is pretty accurate
yeah.
about their items, and things being in store or not. But I was like, I can't be going around to all these Home Depots trying to make a deadline. And so that's why I was like, okay, we'll just spray paint them. It'll be fine. And it was fine. But then the screws,
Yeah.
you want to tell them about that?
I think we should have looked for shorter screws, but the ones that came with the braces, they were a tad longer than what we needed, and thank God that your dad was here. He was able to grind those down. But
And he had shorter screws too
yeah, he
already.
did. I don't know. I mean, obviously he didn't have enough, but he had most of the ones that we needed. I think we just needed three or four.
We needed four.
Four, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but see,
Yeah.
improvising, that's like, okay, you run into a problem, then you gotta find a solution to it. Like, okay, at that point, yeah, we could have gone back to the store on the way there, done it on the road. That's what I would have done. Like, okay, we're just gonna load it and
Yeah,
then
and then
do
get
it
my
there.
silver car all black with the Rust-Oleum spraying
True.
nuts and bolts out the fucking window. And
Yeah.
then, oh my God. I've had my vehicle spray painted before. And if you guys' vehicles ever got spray painted before, you guys know how to take that shit off? Nail polish remover. You're welcome.
You know how you take dead bugs off of your windshield and your bumper and stuff?
SOS.
Listerine.
Listerine?
Yes.
Really? I
Yes.
have to tell Dad. Really?
Yes. We should
Does
try that.
it depend on any mouthwash, or does it depend
The
on what
yellow one.
your vehicle's favorite mouthwash is?
No. Just wash the grill with the Listerine.
My car's like, I like scope.
Scope. No, the Listerine, I think is the original one, the yellow one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And it
That's
won't mess up
kind
your
of
paint.
okay. So,
We should try the potato thing too, since we have potatoes on your windshield.
word. You guys want to tell them about that
Well,
real
you
quick?
just slice a potato, you rub it on your windshield, and then you clean it off, of course, and then it should be like Rain-X. It should just like beat off of your windshield.
That's interesting. I would love to see that.
We should try it.
Yeah, yeah, we should do that.
But what were we
We'll do
saying?
it on my dad's truck too, and then he'll be like, "Wow, it's magical."
Yeah, a potato.
I freaking love that. Okay.
Potato. What were we saying before this though? Oh, improvising and the things that we had to do. So yeah, it was like one thing after another, after another, after another. But I didn't want to give up. I didn't want you to get to this point, to this day, and be like, it's the last day, the last hour, and we're just gonna give up. It's like, no, we've been through all this. Last night putting it together. I had never done that before. I was scared, but I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna help you. And I was proud not just of you, but of the shelf. When I saw it, like standing there, and I'm like, damn, like it came together. It looks badass, and you're there. You're done. And I was just like, you're here.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is crazy. How it goes from like a blank piece of wood to that. But I'm proud of you. I'm
Yes.
proud of the shelf, and it will be. I think it's good. Like I said, I didn't tell you that I was praying. I didn't tell you all these other things. I just kind of did it. It wasn't like I planned it either. But I feel good about it. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. I just have to. I think I just really have to pray into him,
Yeah,
pray into him, and release. Not saying that what you didn't work,
yeah,
but
I know.
just kind of like I was the one that spent the most time, and I was the one that was more frustrated with him.
Yeah,
And I have to make it right. Otherwise, I'm the type of person I'd be like, you know what, Dad, we have to go back there and get it. And then just pull it out of, you know, on exhibition opening day, just walk out with it.
go buy it yourself.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I feel good, like, talking to you about it and things like that. And I just, the reason why it fucks with me is because I have never had this much issue. That's why putting it together, painting it and everything, it seems so long ago, but when really it was just a week. That's why it's like, how long did I spend on this?
Yeah.
Like, it was so done that it could have been transported that first
I
day.
think that that's what's bothering you the most.
You
Like
think so?
I should have done this before. I could have done this a week ago. Like you feel like you procrastinated until the last day, the last.
But I
I
didn't. The
know you
only
didn't.
thing that we struggled with was getting that sucker to fit into the thing when I could have just
Yeah,
routed it a lot more thicker.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's another bookshelf that we have here that yeah, actually kind of disassembled. And I would say it's I have never really made bad work, but I've tried certain things to I guess improvise. That's why for me I don't like to improvise, because it's like I'm testing something out on a piece that's like supposed to be done, right? Because um I have a RAM bookshelf that they didn't have the official polyurethane that I showed you guys that I did on this piece. I went to I went to Walmart and they didn't have that other one. So I went to Home Depot, and of course, like, you get talked into a better product,
Mm.
right? And that's what happened with this piece. And I never, and I was looking at the can and it was like, oh yeah, it's clear satin or whatever. It can withstand, like water and scratches and things like that. But it did not have a clear, like a crystal clear sheen. It wasn't transparent because, and I'm not gonna show you guys this because it's just I'm not very proud of it, but it has a yellow sheen to it, or a yellow tint. And so the designs that are all white looks yellow, and I don't like it. So I'm actually going to be redoing it I have to touch up all the places that are white, and I'm gonna have to respray it with the original polyurethane. Like I was the what the man sold me was not a stain, but it's for stain work. Like it's supposed to amplify the original wood.
Hmm. Okay.
So almost like wooden decks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's initially for. But he was like, "Oh yeah, this is better." And of course, it cost me more, but it was yellow. I took a chance,
You
you
don't think
know.
that has to do anything with like dad smoking the the rooms and stuff?
No, no,
No.
mm-mm,
Okay.
not at all. Because if that were the case, these would turn yellow.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, and I don't like to improvise. It's if there's nothing, if they don't have anything that I know works good with my art pieces, I am not going to use it. That's why I didn't know how those brackets were going to turn out, because I've never used those brackets before.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just so anal about everything, because I was just like, man, this fucking sucks. I don't like this. I don't like how it's turning out. I don't feel good about it, and I just, yeah, man, just a lot of the times I just felt like I was effing myself, like this isn't how I wanted it to go. It shouldn't go like this. But when you have people in your corner like Rob and, my dad and my mom, like, oh yeah, it looks good. Oh, just do this, just do that. See, like it makes me angry, because it's like none of them know what I need it to look like. Like, yeah, you guys are trying to help, solutions and things like that. But for me, it's like if I have my mindset that I need it or want it to be this way, it must go this way. And I was trying to let that way of thinking go, because I had to tell myself that these suggestions and these, I'm not going to say remarks, but like these comments that they're telling me, they're just trying to help. But like sometimes it's just like, I can't handle this, because I feel like it starts to get to a point that all of the things that I felt was good for my pieces or my works, like it wasn't good enough. That's why you guys were stepping in saying stuff. I'm not, when I say saying stuff, I don't mean like talking shit. I'm saying like just the solutions. And it's almost like you guys were kind of like trying to step in and tell me what to do. And it's just like, how are you guys going to tell me how to do something? Because my father does not work with varnish. Like he uses the spray, like from a spray can for, like the ornaments and stuff. But it's like, you don't know this though. Like you don't know the spray gun though.
Hmm.
And that's where I'm just like, Dad, like just, and I hate to have that tone with him, because he's really just trying to help. But like sometimes I'm just like, it's too much right now. I need to fucking think about what I need to do. And yeah, that's where you will actually hear the blow up. And it's just like, okay, like what has changed? But I do believe in energy. I do believe in what Rob is telling me, and what he felt, and I don't doubt any of that, because how is it that these three pieces that I've already had in my possession for I don't know how long, since I moved back from the reservation, was the last time that I believe I was even working on these pieces. And when I got a letter of the exhibition, I was like, I want to do this. So I pulled out the three pieces that I already had. I was like, I am going to use these pieces. And it went by so freaking smooth. I had no issue until that sheet of wood that I had the man that I hired cut. I fucked up that business relationship. I already talked about that. Maybe I'll drop it in the description. But that, and then just I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. How many, like, even painting the eagle designs on those three was easy. Yeah, it took a long time, but it was easy.
Mm,
But this one, that eagle design just would not cooperate. I When I did the clout designs, that wasn't cooperating, and those are just simple lines. They weren't cooperating, and the Luna wasn't cooperating, and I was like, what the hell? It was just one thing right after another, and I hate having that mindset, but man, I just I really couldn't believe it. But now we're here. What Rob is telling me makes sense to me. But if you're an artist, like, oh yeah, that's not a big deal or whatever. But it's like, I don't think you or anyone else can really explain why these three pieces was fucking up. I'm talking about the two sides and that one shelf that were the wrong fucking size. How is that those pieces went wrong and not these other three pieces that I already had in my possession? How is that? And two of those pieces didn't even have detail work in it. And those motherfuckers gave me issues. And that one that had the detail on it, it was just, yeah, it was just, mm, and that's where it's like, I don't want to pass that bad energy. If it is bad energy, I don't want that attached to my work. Yeah, I just don't. And I'm completely okay if it comes back to me, but I just hope that it'll be a lot more happier, and it'll be a lot more at ease, and it will bless the family in its own way if that's what it wants to do. But yeah, I don't want to put that into somebody's house, because if I really felt like the energy was at large, right? I would walk up in that bitch and just walk out with it.
I don't think it was a bad energy. I don't think it was like a mean spirit.
Was it trapped?
I feel like it was just misunderstood. Just
Really?
like nobody cares about me. I need love. It just needs love.
Yeah, okay. Why, if it does so, I hope the person gives it as much love.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that I didn't love it. It was just like, why she mad? Or
Yeah.
and then just trying to fix it over and over and over. And yeah, that's what was tough. Mm, but I do appreciate your help, baby, and you putting up with my anger. I fucking have anger issues. My frustrations. He knows I'm not patient. Like, he knows that I am, like, hard headed. Like, I'm like, I will stay thinking one way, because I know solutions, but it's like, you're not gonna tell me anything other than this, because this is this, and this, there's just no other way. And it's like that in spirituality. There's only one ways to do certain things. Yeah, there's possibilities, but initially it's supposed to go straight. It's not supposed to, there's not supposed to be any loopholes, or jump cuts to success, or jump cuts like, oh, I'm gonna, aeroba dope this issue that's coming, just so I don't get burnt, but it's gonna catch up to you. But I know Rob is just trying to help, just like my dad. Shout out to my dad too, because my dad knows how frustrated I get. And one of the previous nights, my dad was crying, and I was crying too. And my dad was like, I don't know why things are like this for you right now. I'm not gonna get into the conversation, but it was just kind of like, yeah, like, I agree, he agrees, he feels it, he don't have any answers, but he's there. and that's all I need. I don't want Rob or my dad to fix all of my problems. And I know sometimes, like, I act as if I don't want it or I don't need it, but I just want them to understand that I need my pieces to be a certain way, and I am a perfectionist. I don't like to, like, what I released out there. I feel like to me, it shows how much I've let go. I guess that's why I'm just like this is not my best work, and I guess that's the part that I gotta let go, because it's almost a selfish thing when that particular piece needs love. I have to let that go, and I have to show it all kinds of love, and I'm trying not to cry, but it was hard. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I guess it's just an opinion. I don't understand how artists become so detached from their art. I've watched a lot of creators, well, artists on YouTube, and they just, yeah, they make things that are cute, they're funny, they have personality and blah blah blah, but when you look at the artists, they don't have personality. They're monotone, and they're just like, I don't know, I just did it. Like they're not attached to their art.
It sounds like me.
Yes, yes, very much. But it's like, how can something how can someone like you create something so funny, so cute, so adorable, so this, and you're just like, nah, I'm not attached to my art. Nah, I just made it. Yeah, it's like really like nothing to me. Like, it's just what I see. And they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that character, knowing that everyone fucking loves it, and they're telling this person, don't get rid of it. I'm just like kind of over it. Oh, okay, so you made your fucking money, and now you're just ready to get rid of it. See, like,
Yeah.
I could never be that way to my art. And people that, I really appreciate artists is that really take time. They're into the detail and blah blah blah. And yeah, they go off making prints, but they're just like, oh, I love this piece so much. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of how this came out. It's so perfect. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it for myself. And when you look around their studio or their bedroom, it's just like, wow, that's amazing. And they're off selling prints. And I'm up for that, because they appreciate themselves, they work hard, they do time lapses, and it's just like, wow, like, I can't, like what you say, I can't believe that they turned a blank canvas into this. This is freaking incredible.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys want to drop it in the comments telling on yourselves if you guys are attached to your works or not. Me, like my works, they, like, I'm proud of my works. Like, I just couldn't stop touching it when, like last night and this morning, and I was telling my parents, I said, I just can't take my eyes off of it. I could just look at this piece all day, and it is great, you know. And I initially don't push out items that I made that I'm not proud of, and I guess that's where that guilt is coming from. But I'm pretty sure, I know for damn sure everyone's gonna love it. Because I love it. But
It
again,
is
thank you,
a
babe,
beautiful
for,
piece.
huh?
I said it is a beautiful piece.
Thank
I just,
you.
I kind of regret not. But see, I was gonna say I regret not taking like a side profile picture of it, like straight up.
Mm.
But getting it from the angle, I mean, that's where you see the designs and stuff. From the front, I mean, I'm not saying it looked basic because it didn't. It had all the, I don't know what the terms are, but you could tell, right?
Yeah.
There was detail to the sides too, like the front profile. But when you take a picture from the top, then you see it all, and I was like, man. But yeah, having that at least one picture, I do regret not taking one. But I don't even know where I could have taken a picture like that.
Yeah.
Cause over there, I thought about it when we dropped it off, but they had those cubes in the middle, but I couldn't. But yeah,
We could have put your stool on one of those platforms.
what's stool?
The
Oh,
stool that I was gonna make you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I should have just stood.
Like,
No, I thought somebody.
yo.
I thought that was somebody's display or something. Like
I'm
somebody.
pretty sure, like, yeah, if those are displays, you could put like sculptures and stuff on it.
Yeah,
I wonder if the exhibition is in that little room. I don't know either, but
it was locked, so I'm sure it's probably not.
oh, like
That's
it
where
was
they
just a
keep it.
storage
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
But um, in the next episode, I'll let you guys know when the opening to the exhibition is, and I hope I get a free invitation. I don't want to buy no damn ticket, but if I have to buy a ticket, I will buy a ticket just to show you guys like how my work is being displayed and all of that fine good stuff, and try to get like video footage and pictures and all that, because I always like when my stuff gets exhibited. Like, yeah. I've exhibited like two dresser drawers before. I did like I did like a 5 drawer dresser, and I didn't like though how they tried to put things in it, like,
Mm.
to kind of show people that it
Yeah, it was
was like
functional.
a, yeah, it was functional, but they put too much stuff on it, and I was like, you guys are kind of, so I made a request to like, oh, can you guys pull certain things out,
Yeah,
and they were like, oh yeah, so they did that and it was a lot better. But um yeah, because I was just telling them like yeah, you can, like, I would like, yeah, it's different when you're showing it, but like if it's to be sold and not just for viewing, like I wanted people to pull out the drawer and then push it back in, and it was one of those ones that close, like you can't slam it shut.
no, yeah,
I forget what those are called, but I had those installed and people were like, oh my god, I love it. And then I would put the rubber things inside so it doesn't scratch.
hmm,
So I did those on every like there's things that I add to my pieces to make it long lasting and things. But yeah, I just, like, I'm happy to start doing exhibits again, and I just hope I get called for more.
yes, you will.
So thank you,
Soon,
babe, for
you
everything. Huh?
you're welcome, babe. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this.
Yes. Hi, mom. Oh, I know. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
Ascoli. Thank you.
thank you.
Didn't you guys have Burger King? Or was that Jack? Oh, and you guys ate again? It did.
I was gonna say something. What was I saying? Other than saying
You got
thank you.
distracted by tacos.
Yes, tacos. Uh,
Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. I don't know if I should make myself something to eat or, yeah. Oh man, we had Chinese food. Ooh, that was so good.
yes,
That
yes, it
was
was.
good. I'm thinking about it right now.
Yes, I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something about your pieces, but yeah. Thank you for having me on your panel. No, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. And shout out to my dad. Thank you, Dad, for oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Like I'm giving a speech. Thank you, Dad, for always being my Superman. Helping me. You know, when you talk about me being angry and you say that it's scary and all of those things, I know I scare my parents.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always apologizing to them for my anger. And because when I get angry, like when I get mad, I really get mad. I don't know. I just get so. But I'm not trying to make excuses, but I just I just really be in the zone. Like I just really like need things to be perfect. And when things aren't at my reach, like it's crazy. Like an object that I need could be like a few steps away, and I just when it's not at my reach, like I fucking blow up at the most stupidest shit. But I don't know if all artists are like that, but I know I'm like that. And my family, well, especially my parents, they do get into the line of fire. And like with you, I need to not be that way with them. And the best way that I know or that I need to help it is I need to fucking declutter, organize my studio space, have all the things that I need. And now that all of these problems that I experience, like now I know what to do now. And I think when I go wood shopping, I think I need to like search for the right piece properly,
Yeah.
because my dad does say that the pieces that you make, you're actually making yourself, and you are making your children. So and I believe that to be true. So
I want to give a shout out to your mom too, because I felt like how she felt. Like she wanted to see it and be admirer of the piece, but she was scared to get close to it. She's like, I don't want to be the one like to mess it up. We're so close. Like I
yeah,
can
shout
feel
out to
her.
my mama.
She's like, oh, it's so beautiful, but from over here, I'm
Yeah,
keeping my distance.
yeah, I did snap at her when she peeked outside the door. And I was like, Mom, I was like I was wanting to say, get your ass out here and have a
Yeah.
look at it. I fucking spend so much time on it. Come on, look at it. But I know sometimes when I sound like that, or like when my energy's like that, I know everyone feels it, and they're just not sure what I'm
No,
feeling or
it
like what I
it was
want.
more of like we don't want to be the reason why something else goes wrong with this. We're
Right.
so close to like getting it there and it being
Yeah.
fine. Like once it's there, it's okay. But it's like remember how I was telling you like a break fast or like somebody gets in the cuts us off or whatever, and it's like it all falls apart. I was like, man, I was praying the whole time, like, please don't let anything go wrong. Like, let's just get there and it'd be fine. But yeah, once we were there and once we put it down, then we were like really admiring it.
Yes. When I was trying to edit it, when I was trying to do touch ups and stuff, there was like a piece of glue that was hanging out, and the thing that pissed me off was that I had to stop what I was doing, come inside the house, get the fucking tweezer, and go back out there, like for one fucking little thing I needed. And then when I was trying to pull it out, and my dad was right there, and I'm just like, watch. I said, Watch, this one little piece of glue is a one thing that's holding this whole thing together. When I pull this motherfucker out, it's gonna fall apart. And my dad's like, no, and he's all hugging it. He's like, I got it.
How did it feel when you guys were taking it out with just the glue? Did it feel sturdy or it would have fallen apart?
What are you talking about?
Like with when we took the clamps off of it and you
Yeah.
guys were taking it outside so we could put the brackets or the
Oh,
braces
oh,
on
did
it.
it?
Yeah, did it feel still wobbly or it felt
No,
sturdy?
no, it was sturdy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sturdy. But yeah, next time, oh, next time. We'll get into that in another episode, but yeah, so I need to write down notes because yeah, it's gonna require a little bit more material, a lot more time, a lot more patience, and but I know it'll be fine. It's just, yeah, I got some notes for next time.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that in a future episode. But I think that's all we gotta say. I think we've been doing this episode for almost an hour or about an hour now. But I'd like to thank you guys so much for pressing play. Thank you, Bait, once again.
Thank you, and thank you guys for being nice. Be nice to me.
Yeah, you know what? Just everybody out of my studio as I'm working, man. Like while I'm working. If you guys want to get on my good side, every time I step out of my studio, present me with a Whopper. Present fries to me like a flavored water and like a pickle, hot wings, French fries. Yeah. See, like my mother, she presented us with tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes. Thank you. No, huh? This is good. Thank you, mom.
Taco Queen.
Yeah, you can have those, but yeah, thank you, mom. Thank you, dad, and thank you to the what is it called? Shit. Oh my god, I don't even I don't even fucking know the name of the place that's holding my stuff. Thank you
Phoenix.
to the Phoenix
Phoenix
Center
Center of
for the Arts,
Arts.
for the opportunity to work with you guys in this exhibition. Thank you so much. And yeah, I need to talk to my bookshelf now. But thank you all so much for pressing play, and drop your comments, drop your art struggles, talk about the pieces that you're very most proud of, and tell me how attached you are to your art. Don't tell me about how you're not attached to your art, because that's just gonna piss me off, and you guys already know what's gonna fucking happen when you guys piss me off, or when I'm pissed off. That's a lot more the truth than anything. But we love you guys, and we will check you guys in the next Audie's Art Struggles podcast. Yeah. Peace.
Peace.